Okay, I am outside today for this Martin Luther King Day Kindness in Action. We all know that Dr. King believed in the equality of all men and that we should be judged by the content of our character, not the color of our skin. That is still true today in our nation filled with diversity of cultures, races, socioeconomic differences, as well as so many likes and dislikes. Today's Kindness in Action takes me to a home improvement store and a man who saw a need and didn't hesitate to lend a hand. J. Dawn Mom here, grown mom with grown kids. This is a Kindness in Action video where I share the kindness of humanity to encourage us all. The story begins with me in a home improvement store buying 2x4s. So you know these stores, they cut the 2x4s to size for you. I had 9 of them, actually. And I went to ask the woman where I could get them cut. And she said, sorry, the cutting machine is broken. Oh, no. Well, can I have them cut with a saw? And she said, I'm sorry, ma'am, we don't have any. This is a home improvement store. How do you not have any tools? I didn't even know how to respond for a second. And then I said, well, there are a lot of tools here. Can't I just use one of the saws to saw them? I mean, they're only 2x4s. They're not very much to cut. It shouldn't take a couple minutes to do all the cuts that I need. And she said, I'm so sorry, ma'am, but we can't cut anything here without the machine. I just didn't know how to feel. Many of the people that work in these home improvement stores are people who have some experience with building things. So I found it hard to believe no one can cut a tiny 2x4 like this. Needless to say, I tried to explain to her that I would take whatever cut I could get, and was it possible for me to even use the saw myself to make these few cuts? She apologized profusely and said they simply couldn't do it. It was some kind of a liability thing, which, you know, is probably true. But needless to say, I still needed my wood cut. Lucky for me, a gentleman in the line next to me heard what was going on, and he quietly walked over to me and kind of spoke off to the side and said, if you want to meet out in the parking lot by my truck, I'm a construction worker. I'd be happy to cut those woods for you. Kindness in action. So I paid for my wood. And of course, I'm checking this guy thinking, what is the possibility of a creep factor going on? I looked at the guy and my sixth sense, it kicked in a little bit. He just seemed like a nice guy. And it was daytime, it was in the middle of a parking lot filled with lots of people coming and going, and I felt like it was worth a try. So we walked over to his car in the middle of the parking lot, and we found our way over to one of these shopping cart holders. And he laid the wood right across and used it to stabilize. He measured and he marked just where he wanted to cut. Then I held one side down while he cut each and every board at just the length I wanted. He had this really cool jackknife tool that he opened it up and it had a saw. And it was like a really strong one. And he used it and he just quickly sawed through those 2x4s. And as he sawed, we chit-chatted a little bit. And my dad, he could fix anything. Like, he was able to do construction, plumbing, electrical, roofing, anything. And so when I saw the guy with his pencil and his ruler and he put it behind his ear, and it was just, you know, Dad all over again. As we were talking, the gentleman was telling me how he always stops and helps people. That's what he does, to the point where his wife actually said, "Hun, can you please just come home today?" And lo and behold, he found me and he we cut the boards that I needed. And I felt bad, and I even said, "Oh, well, I'm sorry, I don't want to interrupt your day at all." And we laughed because he said, "She knows me. It's fine. This will only take 5 minutes." But what a sweet guy. So for all the other people who have been helped by this gentleman, I tell you what, he really shows that there still are really nice, really kind, really generous people in the world. Thanks. Thanks so much. That's what kindness in action looks like. Share some of your kindness in action stories in the comments below, and maybe we'll use some of them for a future video. And don't forget to subscribe, hit the thumbs up like button, and we'll see you next time. J. Dawn Mom here. Igsy.